In our last episode, I told us that it is okay to say no. And if the price of saying no is to be isolated by your peers or by your friends, it's okay. The price of saying no, which is isolation by your friends or by your peers, is much better than the price of regret, because you become a victim of negative peer pressure. Welcome to Teen Talk with Ola, your weekly tonic that equips you with skills for exploit both now and in the future. Last week, by way of recap, I told us the two types of peer pressure, the positive one and the negative one, and how each of them operates. And we started briefly how to avoid negative peer pressure, which is to say no. Saying no is very important. Although, as a teenager, you find it difficult most of the time to say no because of fear of isolation. And I'm not blaming you, because one of the characteristics of adolescence is belonging to your peers. You don't want to feel isolated. There is this fear that is inherent within adolescence, fear of unknown. You think that if you are isolated, there's something wrong with you. Now, if you are isolated for something good, like avoiding negative peer pressure, it is better you are isolated than for you, because of fear of isolated, you allow yourself to do what you are not supposed to do, and at the end of the day, you become a victim of negative peer pressure. To say no takes a lot of guts, actually, and that is why this week we are going to talk about how to say no. Number one way to say no is to develop your self-esteem, and this will help us because we have dealt extensively on self-esteem in our April edition of Teen Talk with Ola. I will enjoin you to go back to those videos both on our YouTube channel and on this Facebook page, this Teen Today page, for you to watch them more extensively and to learn how to develop your self-esteem, part of which is to develop your assertiveness. As I said, told us in those videos, I said developing your assertiveness helps you to own your view, to own your own voice. That is, to have a say in anything that concerns you. Assertiveness doesn't mean you are shouting down others or you are looking down on others. No, it actually means that you accept other people's view as their view, but you also air your own view as your view. Whether your view will be taken or it will not be taken is secondary. The primary way is that you are airing your own view. And now, if you know how to assert yourself, you will develop your self-esteem. Your self-esteem will help you to avoid negative peer pressure. How will it do that? It will help you to be sensitive to your environment and to get up and to walk away from any situation that is posing impending danger to your life. A lot of teenagers do not want to walk away or do not know how to walk away because of timidity. But once you have developed your self-esteem, you will be able to walk away from any danger that is lurking around the corner. Another way to walk away from any unwanted situation, to avoid negative peer pressure, is sensitivity. You have to be a person who listens to your body. Everybody is endowed with conscience from above, from God. If you are the type that you have instinct, your body instinct will begin to tell you that there is danger around the corner. And once your body is telling you, once you are having that instinct, it's better for you to act on it. Don't get that instinct and still sit comfortably. And that is why you have to develop your sensitivity, for you to be able to know when your body is warning you that there is danger, there is danger. God has created everybody with inherent instincts as your bodyguard, as your lifesaver. to save you from any danger that is around the corner. For example, you as a girl, you went with your friends to go and visit some other friends who are of opposite gender, that is boys to be precise. And all of a sudden, you see other people moving away stylishly and want to go and pee, excusing themselves once in a while, like that. Gradually the crowd is thinning out. Body, your sense should tell you that there is danger around the corner. Before the last person will leave, to leave you with a boy alone in the room, you better make dialogue with your body and immediately get up and move. Or it may not even be that obvious. It may just be that you get to that place and something begin to tell you that there's something wrong here. Don't silence that voice that is telling you. Don't push it down. Don't force it to keep quiet. Immediately move. Act on that instinct. Even if your friend say, it's too early, tell them it's already too late for you to go home. Because your life is your life. As I told us before, negative peer pressure most of the time is often subtle. It's not every girl that becomes a victim of teenage pregnancy, for example, is forced. A lot of time it's a subtle trap, and before they know it, or before she knew it, she had fallen. You will not be a victim by the grace of God. But for you not to be a victim, your sensitivity also matters. You must be a person who is highly sensitive. Be sensitive to your environment. Be observant. Don't be somebody who just gets somewhere and just become oblivious of his or her environment. Be sensitive. Always watch, be observant, highly watchful. Look around, watch everywhere, and check for a possible emergency exit in case of anything. I'm not asking you to become suspicious of everybody, but you can't be 100% trusting of everybody. Only God is 100% trustworthy. So you should be cautious. You should always take precaution. Another step is that don't be somebody given to gluten, that given to food. Don't be quick to drink anything you are offered, even if it's something that you have never tasted before, which I doubt. There is hardly any drink that is not common. Even if it's something that you have never tasted before, that doesn't mean you should taste it there. At least relax and check yourself inside. Is it safe? If you are the type that you are used to your body instinct, and you are used to hearing and knowing about situations, you will know whether it's safe or not. Even if it's safe, you can always say no. Don't be given to food, don't be given to drink, don't be a gluten. A lot of people have become victims because they are gluten, and because of insatiable desire. And that takes us to step number 3 to avoid being a victim of negative peer pressure, which is delay gratification. What is gratification? Gratification simply means pleasure, something that makes you happy. Now, you are a teenager, you are a young adult, you are still trying to evolve, and there are some things. As you are pursuing your career, you are pursuing your academics, some subjects are proving difficult. Some courses, maybe you are in the university, and some courses are proving a bit difficult. Instead of you to go extra mile in study, your friends are telling you, or some lecturers, that their heads are under their feet. They are telling you how they will help you if you will just come and meet them somewhere. Say no to it. It's better you fail that course. It's better you fail that subject with your dignity intact than for you to start passing, quote and unquote. in a way that is not your own and giving yourself pleasure for now. That's why I say delay gratification. Don't give yourself undue pressure, untimely pleasure. Rather, go extra mile in reading. If it's about academics, if it's about career, go extra mile in making research so that you will master that your career, and you will make progress that you can be proud of. Have a certificate that you be proud of. Delay gratification. Your friends or your peers may be telling you everybody does it, but remember what I told us last episode about a lady who is now a grandma, who was also told like that when she was a teenager, that she could do it, because even if she did not do it she will have pain. She didn't have pain when she started having children. It's all lies. So delay gratification, delay pleasure. Let pleasure be for later. Right now, face major or major. Your major is to develop your life, to develop your career in a God-given manner. That's your major. So that's the number, that's the another way by which you can avoid being a victim of negative peer pressure. This step is addressed to parents, to guardians, aunties, stakeholders of teenagers. Please be partners indeed with your teenagers. You have to develop a cordial relationship with your teen so that your teen can confide in you. And this will be a bit difficult if you have not been their friends when they were much younger. If you are not close to your child when your child is a toddler, is a preteen, it will be difficult for you to be close with your child when your child becomes a teenager. And there's a lot of pressures that these teenagers face. Some of them, they may not be able to overcome it by themselves. And that's why there is need for parents, for guardians, to be friends with them so that they can confide in you. And when they confide, please act. They may not say it verbatim. They may not say it in an obvious manner. Maybe they are facing some threats. Maybe there is fear locked in the corner of their heart. So they are looking for ways to pass the message around in a coded manner. For example, a boy may be saying, I don't want to go to that school. A girl may be saying, I don't want that auntie. I don't want that teacher to come to teach me again. Or I don't want to move with those friends again. I don't want to go to the school again. Or in the morning, your child that is always ready to go to school, all of a sudden is dragging his or her feet to go to school. And is always finding one excuse or another. Don't be harsh and don't be hasty to beat the child or to tell the child that the child is lazy or to see it as sign of laziness. Rather, pause, think, watch, research to know why that child is suddenly behaving like that. Sudden withdrawal is a red sign. Sudden sulking, sudden moving inside is a red sign of pressure somewhere. It's a sign of red, it's a red flag. Red flag. I don't want to overflog it, but we are all aware of something that happened not too long ago of a prominent school where a boy died as a result of what he faced in the school. It was all over the net. I don't want to mention names or mention school, but these things happen a lot. We see it a lot, and it's so painful. Anytime I hear it, anytime I see it, my heart bleeds as one who is in that line of work. But they say prevention is better than cure. That's why I am sounding it. I believe that's one of the reasons why this program is put in place, to help us think talk with Ola. So please be sensitive to your child And when your child try to pass a message across, try to take it and decode it. Don't rush. Try to know why that child is doing the way the thing is doing. So, and take necessary and appropriate action immediately. Don't delay action. Because if a child is facing threats and the child confides in you and you are able to get it, you will do what you are supposed to do and you will save your child. But if you delay action or you refuse to even, you fail to understand what the child is saying, before you know it, it may be too late, like the case of that boy in question. And you will now be crying. If your teenager is saying, I don't want to go to that school again, change my school, please don't think of the millions you have paid as school fees. The life of your child is worth much more than the millions that you have paid in any school. At least let that child be at home and investigate. Why is this child saying he or she doesn't want to go to school again? Investigate. When you investigate, you will get to the root of the matter and you'll be able to help. Because you and your child, you and your teenager, you are partners in progress. Please, parents, partner with your teen to succeed. Partner with your teen to effectively handle peer pressure, negative peer pressure. It is very, very important. Because without it, I don't want to tell us the consequence. Because the consequence is everywhere for us to see. But these evil things, evil consequences can be prevented if only we do what we are supposed to do. So leaving the parents aside, thank you parents, because I know you will take necessary action. For teenagers, another way by which you can effectively handle negative peer pressure is by building your resilience. And good thing, we also dealt on resilience in May. So go to the past videos and watch resilience again. What is it that you desire in life? Your resilience will help you to withstand anything that anybody is asking you to do that is against the will of God for your life. And what will help your resilience, as I've told you before, is your goals. What do you want to achieve? Your goals, you must be ready to achieve your goal. And as a result, because you are ready to achieve your goals, you are ready to bear the necessary pain of discipline. I told us that there are two types of pain: pain of discipline and pain of regret. If you decide to face your goal, you will bear the pain of discipline, part of which is isolation if you say no. But it's better you bear the pain of discipline, because it's not funny to be isolated. I agree. Nobody wants to be isolated. Nobody wants to be alone. But even if you are alone for a good cause, for you to achieve your goal in life, it's better. Those who isolate you today will come back to tell you they are sorry. Even if they don't come back, it doesn't matter. It's your life we are talking about. Whether they come back or they don't come back should be relevant. What matters most is that you are achieving your goal by making sure that you deal with anything that can derail you. And if you remember, if you have watched the video on goal setting before, I told us that one of the detractors of achieving goal is friendship. That's your peers, because of the negative peer pressure. But if you deal with it by saying no, by walking away, by standing alone, you will be able to achieve your goal. You'll be able to face your goal. So these things, they all work together. So the emphasis today is that you can do it. And it's okay to say no. And it's also okay to stand alone, even if it means to stand out of the crowd, even if it means standing alone. If you stand out of the crowd, out of your peers, because you want to achieve your goal, it's okay and it's better for you than to say you want to belong to your group, to your peers, and at the end of the day, becoming a victim of negative peer pressure. You will not be a victim. This is where we draw the curtain today. Next week, we will look at ways more to deal with negative peer pressure, because dealing with negative peer pressure is so vast. And we are going to also look at dangers of not dealing with negative peer pressure, the dangers inherent in it. There are so many dangers, but these dangers can be avoided. And that's why I want to take time to expose the dangers to us. Once you have known the dangers, dealing with the dangers or preventing the dangers will be a walk away thing for you. It will be easy for you. And I believe God will make it easy for you, because you will transit effectively from teenage to adulthood, effectively and with your life intact, to the glory of God. This is where we draw the curtain today. But as I always tell us, remember to like this page, share the video, share it with your friends, invite your friends to come over to watch it with you. This is one thing that you need, and it will help you a lot. Like us, follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Till I come your way again next week as we round up on peer pressure. As Zig Ziglar will always say, see you at the top, and God bless you. Oh, sorry, before I go, if you have anything that is bothering you, remember to send me email on thingsworldwithola@gmail.com. As usual, thingsworldwithola is one word.